Hey there, everyone. It's Andrew Fazekas, the Night Sky Guy. Welcome to my show, The Night Sky, this week for November 9th. I hope you had a great weekend. I had some fantastic time doing sky watching here in Montreal, Canada. We've had an unusually warm last few days, a run of clear skies associated with a warm system. We've been getting upwards of 15 to 20 degrees Celsius, which is really, really nice. It's in basically, for my friends in the United States, I would say that's in the upper 60s. Really nice for us here. And it's just a great opportunity to really enjoy some night sky watching in very comfortable light clothes. We don't have to wear those heavy jackets. I hope you've had some clear skies. It's been a pretty tumultuous last few days. Everyone's attention, of course, to elections, but the night sky is still there, serene and tranquil, and waiting for all of us to enjoy. And I hope this week you get to see some cool stuff. Every week there's really neat stuff. I've got the chat room open. I'm seeing folks like Carlos, Pam, Christelle, Teresa, Sarah. Love for you guys to be here. Thank you so much for taking a few moments out of your precious time. If you're new to this show, I'm on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube, simulcasting, broadcasting, live streaming on all these platforms, basically sharing the night sky and all the interesting things that you can see in the heavens above. And every week there's always new things. And if you're new here, do subscribe and follow and share and like all of that stuff, and that will help me continue providing you this weekly amazing program that'll give you some neat tidbits on what you can look forward to the night sky. And I try to keep things as simple as possible. You don't need to have any background in the night sky, and some things are a little bit more challenging. Obviously, if you have a telescope or binoculars, I don't want to leave you guys out. If you want to push a little bit more in the hobby of stargazing and trying to give you some challenges, observing challenges, that's there too. And of course, some really easy things to see as well, things that you've probably noticed in the sky, some lights there that maybe you're not sure what they are. And I invite you to also give me questions that I can look up. You're invited to write in my inbox on Facebook or comment on YouTube. Do feel free about sky watching and give me ideas as well of what you'd like to see in these videos too. What topics you'd like to see covered in terms of sky watching, night sky. One of the ones that have been put forward a number of times, and I'm going to be doing that, is a little guide to telescopes, maybe beginner telescopes, some ideas of what's out there so you understand a little bit of the terminology. Nothing fancy. I'm not going to go into a lot of too much detail because I don't think you need it. And there's a lot of stuff out there on the web already. But I'll just give you some little no-nonsense quick tips in looking for telescopes, and maybe, for Christmas and holidays, there's always that interest in getting telescopes, optical equipment for sky watching, of course. So wonderful to see everyone there. Linda, welcome. Jean-Marie, also watching from northwestern New Jersey. Great for you to be here. So without further ado, let's dive into what is in the night sky this week. Let's see if we can get that star chart up and running. And we've got our skies set up here for Monday, November 9th. Now, before I delve into what you will notice, I have done a new feature that will be on YouTube. So if you watch this on YouTube anytime during the week, maybe you're watching this on November 11th or November 13th. And of course, you don't want to watch the whole show necessarily. You want to pinpoint specific things for the dates that are appropriate for when you're watching. So in the description of the show on YouTube, again, this is on YouTube, I've now will be placing chapters, timed chapters, so that for topics, so that you can actually zero in and go to the date that is relevant to you, that you're interested in finding out what is visible on those dates. So I'll have those chapters and topics listed in the show description underneath this video on YouTube. So you can jump right to that right away. So that's a new feature that I've enabled, and hopefully that will be pretty useful for you looking at this. So we're on Monday. So what can we see tonight? So right away, Monday night, you'll be able to see, if you look towards the southwest, glaring at you will be two bright star-like objects. Those are our old friends, Saturn and Jupiter. We see them week to week. You've probably noticed they've dominated throughout the last few months. They're slowly getting closer and closer to the southwest skies, getting closer to the setting sun. So they're kind of getting lower in the horizon, maybe making it more of a challenge if you're in an urban location with a lot of buildings or you have hills and trees to see them. But they are also getting closer together. So these two planets, Jupiter and Saturn, that are in the constellation Sagittarius, by the way, are slowly converging. They will be in what we call a conjunction on December 21st. So that is you mark that on your calendar, that on December 21st, you'll see these two planets unusually close, so close together that they may even look like they're touching, the two stars. So really beautiful stuff. We'll definitely talk more about that as we head into December. Just want to give you the heads up that you will see, if you watch them night to night, week to week, these two planets are going to be getting closer together. Now, of course, if you have a telescope, you'll be able to see the rings of Saturn up close. I can give you a sense of what to expect through a telescope. It'll look like a small little ringed planet, that what you would think Saturn looks like. So again, a small backyard telescope will give you those views under high magnification. And then when you look at Jupiter with binoculars, believe it or not, you got to hold them steady, of course. Hold those binoculars steady, and what you'll see is the moons of Jupiter will be visible. In this case, you can see here Ganymede. There has 4 moons of Jupiter, and they would be visible on either side as little dots around Jupiter. So that's, again, with binoculars and small telescopes, what you can see more of in terms of those planets. So that's really cool. Carlos is asking about an app, and so open your camera app and use Pro mode, and then just adjust your settings. So this is something obviously you can try taking pictures using your smartphone with your telescope too. You can do that. That's fun to do, or through binoculars if you have it on a mount, a tripod mount. That's kind of fun to do. So there's a lot of options available that you can take the hobby to the next level, definitely, by actually taking photographs as well. And so Saturn and Jupiter, fantastic sight in the southwest. And then pinning down the eastern sky, early evenings, will be Mars in the constellation Pisces. Mars was in opposition just last month, a month ago. It's getting fainter a little bit and smaller through telescopes, but still an amazing sight. If you haven't seen it yet, it's not too late. Mars is still a brilliant, beautiful sight. Being more than 60 million kilometers away from Earth, it is still fairly close, close enough that it looks quite beautiful under high magnification in a telescope, definitely. Now, what else is there to see? Now, we talked last week about something that's also visible in the eastern sky in the evening, especially for those of you in the northern hemisphere. You've got what's called the Great Square of Pegasus. If I turn on what we call asterisms here on my software, you can see it. It's now shows it as an orange square. I'll zoom in. This orange square represents the chest of Pegasus, the flying horse. And we explored the small globular cluster at the nose, which is represented as the fly of Pegasus' nose, right off the nose of Pegasus, this little globular cluster, which looks absolutely magnificent through telescopes. This is the beautiful view of M15, this star cluster of over 500,000 stars all clustered together. Really, really beautiful sight. But today, what I wanted to show is what's really good that you can do with the moon out of the sky. It's really not in the evening sky, I should say. It's not. It's only visible in the pre-dawn skies, really. So it leaves behind dark skies, perfect for looking at deep sky observing, looking for deep sky objects, meaning objects that are outside of the solar system. So a few weeks ago, I introduced finding really interesting is looking at the Andromeda Galaxy M31. This is our neighboring galaxy that's visible. M31. It looks like a fuzzy patch through binoculars. Through even the naked eye could see this. It's one of the farthest objects the naked eye, human naked eye, can see at 2.6 million light years away. This is what it looks like through beautiful astrophotography, long exposure astrophotography with lots of Photoshop techniques, teasing out details. This is what you would get. It's a spiral galaxy, larger than our own Milky Way galaxy. It's another a giant island of stars, 2.6 million light years away. And you can find that just off to the left of the Great Square of Pegasus. If you follow these beautiful stars of the neighboring constellation Andromeda, that's that mythological figure, the namesake of the Andromeda Galaxy, the Andromeda, the princess constellation. And you can see there's like little stars. Here's Alpheretz over here, the corner star of the Great Square of Pegasus. And you follow along these little fainter stars that are visible to the naked eye. And it's basically you hop from the corner star to one over here, and then you hop to the next one over here. Again, this is with the naked eye. You can see this on a clear sky from a suburban or countryside easily. And then just above that is the Andromeda Galaxy. You can see that oval mark. So that's what you can see. It's one of the things that you can see. The other one that's really neat in terms of deep skies is another galaxy. So I'm going to add this to you. We talked about the Andromeda Galaxy a few weeks ago. But this is, again, just to reiterate how to find it if you missed that, Andromeda. But there's another galaxy you can see. It's called M33, the Triangulum Galaxy. And it's another beautiful spiral galaxy. It's smaller, it's fainter, but you can see it with binoculars and small telescopes. So try this. This is another observing challenge for you guys out there. Is, again, if you look at that 3 stars, the third star here, you'll see underneath Andromeda, there's another brighter star even underneath that, and that kind of lines up nicely with Andromeda Galaxy, this little star, and this star over here. And we're talking from the corner star of Pegasus, you'd go 1, 2, 3, and you'd go again 1, 2, 3. So you can see there's like a parallel line, 2 parallel lines of stars. And then basically that third star, as you can see, there's another, but it's a brighter one down here from this, the other one that I used to find Andromeda. But this one, if you go down and draw an imaginary line between these 2 stars, down below, you'll greet what's called M33. This is called the Triangulum Galaxy. And the Triangulum Galaxy is it's also known as the Pinwheel Galaxy. And it's about 2.8 million million light years away, I should say. I was going to say kilometers, but no, nothing like that. No earthly distances. But this is a beautiful long exposure photograph. It's a fainter galaxy because it's face on. The spiral pattern is facing us here as we see it. So we're kind of seeing it from above. It's a flattened disk, pinwheel shaped, and we see, if you look carefully, you can see in this beautiful image, astrophotography image, the outline of the spiral, what we call the spiral arms, and you can see nebula. Those reddish stuff that you can, those are gas clouds where baby stars are born. Others that maybe represent where stars explode, like supernova explosions. But most of these are basically stellar nurseries for stars to be born that are embedded in this other galaxy called the Pinwheel Galaxy or Triangulum Galaxy, or also known as Messier 33. Again, this is 2.8 million light years away, and this is located just underneath the Andromeda constellation, and you can use these two stars as a great star hopping point to finding it. And again, with binoculars is what you're going to be looking for this, and you'll look for a faint fuzzy patch in binoculars or through telescopes. Now I will place, as I always do, sky charts for all of this so that you can use those sky charts showing you the star hopping technique. So this is quite a challenge, an observing challenge, but it's something really cool. It's what we call deep sky observing, and it's amazing to think you're looking at a neighboring island of stars called a galaxy. And these are two galaxies that are very close to each other. They all belong into what we call the local group of galaxies. It's a cluster of galaxies that the Milky Way is part of. That is our little corner of the universe. It's a clustering of about 20 to 30 medium to large size galaxies that make up, and a lot of little small dwarf galaxies that make up our what we call the local group of galaxies. And you can see a couple of them right here, the Andromeda Galaxy and M33, the Pinwheel Galaxy. Beautiful examples. That's, again, Monday night is great. Tuesday, anytime this week is really fantastic because the moon is out of the evening sky. So check that out. Now, let's turn our attention to the morning sky. So I'm going to change this up into the morning. We're going to go to sunrise, and we're going to go an hour before sunrise. And you're going to look to see... we're going to look to see a little planet called Mercury. So Mercury is going to be visible in just before dawn. So Tuesday, November 10th, this is November 10th, Tuesday morning, Mercury will be at its farthest from the sun that it can get in our skies. And this will be for the morning. So you guys have got to be early birds for this. Get up early in the morning, look towards the east, about a half hour, 45 minutes before your local sunrise. You'll be knowing that you're looking at the right location for Mercury because Venus will be a super bright star-like beacon guiding you. So you'll know that you're looking at the right location. Venus, you can't miss it. It's the brightest star-like object in the eastern morning sky. You've probably seen it if you're an early bird out walking, perhaps, or you've been outside before the sunrise. You've probably seen this bright, super bright star if you have a clear view towards the east, southeastern part of your skies. So this is something that will be visible. And Mercury is usually a big challenge to see because Mercury is so close to the sun. You can see it's very close to the glare of sunrise. So this is going to be always a challenge to see Mercury, but now is the best time in the year during the morning to see it. It's called, it's Mercury's greatest eastern elongation, meaning that this is the farthest that it'll go from the sun from our vantage point here on Earth. So it's the farthest separation in the sky. So for this particular event, it's really good, particularly if you're in the northern hemisphere. Anywhere in the northern hemisphere will be, folks, you guys will have the best views of this. It'll be more challenging in the southern hemisphere, but Mercury will be higher in the sky, basically, for those that are in the northern hemisphere, appearing farther away from the sun and in position such that it'll be higher in the sky, the little planet Mercury. Now, you're looking for a faint star-like object when you're looking for Mercury. Remember that. It looks like embedded in the glow of dawn, right? In the southeastern sky. And there you can see that's where Mercury is. And Venus will guide you away. Now, look over here. If you've got binoculars, look for this as well. Binoculars will help you track down Mercury and also there'll be another bluish white star called Spica. This is the lead star in the constellation Virgo, the maiden. And that will be a little binocular level star that'll be visible. So you'll have these three star-like objects, Venus being by far the super brightest. This, again, is Tuesday, November 10th, is when Mercury is at its best. But you can also try on Wednesday and Thursday as well. So now we move over to Wednesday evening. I'm going to sit this back to Wednesday evening. after sunset, we're going to look. And Wednesday evening, the big headline will be another meteor shower. So we're going to look for the Northern Taurid Meteor Shower peaking. Now, if you remember last week, we talked about the Southern Taurid Meteor Shower. So this is the cousin of that. It's another cloud of cometary debris left behind by the comet Encke. And Earth slams into this cloud of debris. And this debris cloud, again, this is something we slam into, and it causes little tiny pebbles, space rocks, to burn up in the upper atmosphere. And they appear to come from the constellation Taurus, the bull. And that's why we name it the Taurids. Now, this one's called the Northern Taurids because it appears to be coming from the northern part of the constellation of Taurus, while last week's Southern Taurid meteor shower appeared to radiate out from the more southerly portion of the constellation. So this is an animation showing you what to expect. Expect somewhere between 5 to 10 shooting stars per hour. Again, this is Wednesday, November 11th. November 11th, Wednesday night, into November 12th, Thursday morning, into the overnight period Wednesday night, into the early hours of Thursday, you will see the peak of the Northern Taurid meteor shower. Where do you look? Look towards the eastern sky. Late in the evening on Wednesday, you'll see the constellation Taurus rising in the east by middle of the evening. And the later you go out, the higher this will be in the sky, the more meteors you'll see. Now, the moon will be only rising in the east very in the pre-dawn hours. So you really get your best views in late at night on Wednesday. So before going to bed, you can go and count some shooting stars. Now, what's really cool about the Taurids, I have to say, the Taurids are known to produce fireballs. And they're slow-moving meteors, so slower than the average shooting stars that you see. So it gives you more of a chance to actually see them. So it's very cool. You're not going to see a lot, 5 to 10 shooting stars per hour. You have to be patient. But they're known to be slower moving. So that could be, and more fireballs. These are unusually bright meteors. Fireballs are caused by not sand grain sized pebbles that most shooting stars are caused by, but maybe basketball-sized stones that could produce much more spectacular shooting stars. So that's something that you want to avail yourself. November 11th, Wednesday, into November 12th, Thursday, is the peak of the Northern Taurid meteor showers. And what else is there? A bonus. And if you're out there watching, I want you to look up just above this orange star, which is Aldebaran, the red eye of Taurus the bull in Taurus. Just above there, where the radiant of the showers, where all the shooting stars appear to radiate out from, is the Pleiades star cluster. It marks the radiant, very close to radiant. And these are absolutely beautiful stars because they're all clustered together. It's a beautiful little gems. These are the names over there. Let me remove some of these names of the stars. So let me see if I can, let me get rid of those names. There we go. You can see it's absolutely beautiful. It's a beautiful clustering of stars. This is called the Pleiades. It's about 300 light years away. It's one of the closest star clusters to the Earth. And they shine very bright enough. These 7 stars are what are visible to the naked eye, all clustered together. They have this glow, almost like a little fuzzy patch in the sky. And this is something you can see with the naked eye, that little fuzzy patch. Imagine 300 light years away, a group of basically young, teenage stars. They're young. They were born together in the same gas cloud, and they're just aging together, and they're still only teenagers, these stars. And it's what we call the Pleiades star cluster. This is the Pleiades star cluster right here is what we're talking about. And the Pleiades are just a fantastic kind of group of stars that really make a great sight in binoculars and telescopes, but they can also be seen with the naked eye. So definitely avail yourself to that. And on the night of Wednesday, you'll be out looking for the Northern Taurid Meteor Shower. It's a great sight to see. Now, let's turn our attention for the remaining 2 events into early morning skies. Now, this is something worth looking at. Very, very beautiful is the moon. We haven't talked about the moon yet, really, this week. But on Thursday, November 12th, and Friday, November 13th, the moon will be joining our early morning planets. So if we move forward in time, we'll see that by Wednesday morning, if you're really keen on it, you'll see Wednesday morning, just before dawn, a beautiful crescent moon. A crescent moon pointing towards Venus, that bright object. And then, of course, you've got Mercury that I told you about also being at its prime position. This is, again, right now we're looking at this on Wednesday. And then Thursday is when it's really good. So Thursday, November 12th, and then Friday, November 13th. These are the views. So you can see the moon by Friday the 13th will be embedded between Mercury and Venus. And it'll be a very, very thin crescent. So with binoculars, you can really see close up. This is going to look very spectacular with binoculars. We got Venus, the moon, and Mercury, thin, super thin crescent moon. You'll see Spica off to the side. Let me change the naming to the common name, Spica, right there, the lead star in the constellation Virgo. But it'll be a lot fainter, definitely binoculars. But try to see with the naked eye, can you see Venus, the moon, and Mercury? Again, this is going to be Friday, November 13th. And if we go to Saturday, by Saturday, the moon will be even lower, even more of a challenge to see. But boy, if you got a clear view towards the eastern horizon, this is a beautiful, beautiful sight as well. So there you go. We've got a whole series of amazing events. This is Friday, and that's on Thursday. So you've got that, the moon. You've got the Northern Taurid Meteor Shower to see, the Pleiades star cluster. You've got Mercury at its best this week in the early morning skies. You've got the Triangulum Pinwheel Galaxy, Andromeda Galaxy to look out for near Pegasus, the Great Square, as a guidepost. There's tons of stuff to see. So hopefully you'll get lots of shooting stars. I'm hoping that you'll see some really good stars. Make some wishes. I know all of us have lots of wishes to make this week. I hope you guys get to see all of these deep sky, because with the moon out of the way in the evening sky, it really is this week is fantastic to do what's called deep sky observing. Seeing things that are normally the moon's glare makes things difficult for us to see. Far away star clusters, galaxies, things like that are just really at its best when the moon is out of the sky, as it is this coming up week. So I hope you get some clear skies with that, so you can really delve into the treasures of the night sky. I guess before I leave, I just wanted to say something very personal to me, I think, and probably for many of you who are into science and science communication and love astronomy, is today we're celebrating the 86th birthday, would have been the 86th birthday of the late astronomer Carl Sagan. Of course, his claim to fame with the public was his PBS TV series Cosmos and the companion book, which was a multi-million bestseller. And really, Carl Sagan was, really opened my eyes to the cosmos when I was a kid, being able to see things that I never thought of when looking up at the sky, and ignited in me this passion that's been throughout my life, and something that I hope I can instill in other people. Carl Sagan was very instrumental in my life, and I know for millions of people out there, ignited that passion and that curiosity to the night sky. So I just wanted to put that out, that today we are kind of celebrating Carl Sagan's birthday. Put that out as wonderful science communicator. It's something I look up to in terms of his abilities to communicate. I don't think there's anyone out there who's even come close to his abilities of being able to communicate with the masses. But fantastic, guys. So something to remember. I picked up my Cosmos book today, flipped through it too. So anyways, with that, I thank you so much, all of you guys, Carlos, Alexandra, Pam, everyone out there who tuned in. If you're new to this, if do hit that like button, share this video if you want to. If we want to see more of these videos every week, let's get more people interested in sky watching. Get people to be looking up, engage their curiosity. It's a great hobby. Do take 15-20 minutes out of your day and do some sky watching, and you won't regret it. It's absolutely fantastic. So I thank you very much for spending a few moments out of your precious day with me. I'll be back here, same time, same place, next week, talking about what you can see in the night sky. And I'll be posting all these interesting sky charts in my timeline on my Facebook channel, and also in posts on YouTube and on Instagram as well. So with that, I wish all of you, of course, clear skies. Bye-bye.